All right, this is going to be a quick video on how to attach your MOLLE 2 U-frame to your medium Alice ruck. So I originally came up with this design or this idea just because I had always liked the medium Alice packs. It's kind of the only piece of Alice kit that's really worth anything anymore. Just because it's a really good size, the medium is, for like an overnighter or a couple nights or a weekend trip, and they're very affordable. Like this pack was probably $30 or $40. The reason why I decided to put the U-frame on it instead of the actual Alice frame is largely just because the actual Alice frame is a little bit too long and the pack sticks out too far from your back. So the regular Alice frame, the metal one, is definitely a lot more supportive. But I found through what I've done that, you know, wearing armor, wearing no armor, whatever, this is definitely more comfortable for kind of anywhere between 30 and 50 pounds. I really wouldn't try to stick too much more than that in a medium Alice anyway. But yeah, that's really it. I just prefer it. So plus these medium, these MOLLE 2 U-frames are like $20 on Amazon. So altogether, you have a pretty capable pack for about 60 bucks with a lid that you can store stuff under, like sleeping pads or tripods or whatever else. So to attach it to your pack, it requires no modifications to the pack itself. It requires no modifications to the frame. It's essentially designed for it because most modern rucks use the Alice sort of as a blueprint for like frame dimensions. So what we're gonna do is we're going to attach the hip belt on first. This is more of like a lumbar pad. You can use it as a hip belt, obviously, if you want to. But I mostly just keep it on as like a sort of a lumbar pad. So we're gonna flip our frame around so that way we're looking at the back, the part that's gonna be, you know, facing with the rest of the pack. Because you want the frame to sort of hug your body. So with this sort of angle inboard that's gonna be around you, this is gonna be toward the pack. So we're gonna take our hip belt. This is a standard Alice one. This is actually like a Rothko knockoff because I couldn't find just a standard Alice belt that wasn't too expensive. So what we are going to do is, on your frame here, you have 3 slots on each outboard side, and then you have 2 on the inboard side. We're gonna use this top inboard slot here. And it obviously doesn't matter what way you put your hip belt, just because it's completely ambidextrous, symmetrical, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to put these buckles through each end here of that top inboard slot. And then once these are through, then we can go ahead and take our strap here and secure it. So this is really the most difficult part of this whole task. So we're gonna take the part of the strap that has the buckle with the tab portion facing inboard. So it's gonna be centered on your frame. So we'll slide it through one end, take it here, and bring it back around. So like I said, this is kind of the most difficult part. If you need to use a lighter to you know, get rid of all the frayed ends on here, if you need to use pliers, whatever, you can. So we'll go ahead and throw our strap in through here, and then pull it nice and tight, and then back around to secure it. So once that's through, we can pull it tight again, make sure that it's not going to come out if the nylon stretches a little bit. All right, that's nice and tight. If you wanted to as well, if you stretched out enough, you probably could loop this back through around again just to make sure that it's secure. So that's where you put your hip belt. If you want to, you can clip this behind it. That's usually what I do, but last time I used it, I was utilizing the hip belt to support. So go into our ruck, we're gonna take our frame and just slide it in where the normal pad goes. For this too, I'm using just the standard Alice straps that hook onto buckles right here. I'm not using anything crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and take our frame, stick it right in here, and then these straps that you normally use to secure your frame, you know, the normal way, we're going to use the outboard top slot for these guys. So we'll go ahead and put that in, and then attach that back around, and then pull that. So now what we can do to help maintain, you know, strap discipline as well as just secure it a little bit better is feed it back through our slot, and then we can make a little loop here just to secure the webbing, so that way it doesn't, there's no way that it's going to go anywhere. You don't obviously have to do this, but if you're worried about sliding out for whatever reason, you can do that. Plus it just maintains it, so you don't need to worry about any strap getting caught onto anything. So do that, and then same thing for the other side. Take our strap, top outboard, take our buckle here, and secure it. And then if you'll notice on this rug as well, I've taken Eagle Industries canteen pouches that are like $5, $10 on eBay, and secured them on the side where the canteen pouches go, just to make my ruck a little bit more useful, get a little bit more space out of it. So then same thing, if you want to, you can go ahead and create a little knot to secure your webbing, and if you are smart enough to figure out how, which apparently I'm not, anyway, once that's through, and you secure your knot on the other side if you choose to do so, then that's it. You have your medium Alice outfitted with a U-frame. I personally wouldn't recommend doing it with a large Alice or with like a Philby or any other large ruck that you can fit quite a bit in, just because, like I said, this is kind of, its sort of golden spot is you know, 30 to 50 pounds at most, and with the medium or the large Alices, they're usually a little bit too bulky for something like this. I would definitely recommend using the full regular metal frame for that, or even upgrading to like a Crossfire frame that's a little bit more comfortable and up to date. So there it is. It's super simple, takes a couple minutes, and it's very cheap.